ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did my hair get this thin? You haven't changed your shampoo, you haven't changed your diet, yet somehow your once full, bouncy hair feels limp and lifeless. I hear that all the time from women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. And you know what? It's not your imagination, your hair really does change with age. But here's the good news, you can absolutely bring it back to life. I'm Victoria Lane, and this is Chic Over 60, where we celebrate timeless style, confidence, and beauty that only gets better with age. Today, I'm going to show you 3 small changes that can make a dramatic difference in how your hair looks and feels: fuller, softer, lighter, and more radiant. No expensive treatments, no complicated routines, just smart habits that work. So stay with me, because what you'll learn in the next few minutes could completely change how you feel when you look in that mirror again. Let's begin with what I see as the most common misunderstanding among women, and I've seen this for decades in my chair, in emails, and even among stylists who should know better. Too many women are trying to fix the wrong problem. They come to me and say, "Victoria, my hair is so thin, I don't know what to do anymore." And I always ask, when you say thin, do you mean thin or fine? Usually they pause, they look a little puzzled, and that's when I explain something most people were never taught. Fine hair and thin hair are not the same thing. They are 2 completely different characteristics, and understanding that difference is the very first step toward getting your hair's fullness and life back. Fine hair refers to the diameter of each strand. If you take a single hair between your fingers and barely feel it, soft, silky, delicate, that's fine hair. It can be luxurious, like silk threads, but also fragile and prone to losing volume quickly. Thin hair, on the other hand, refers to density, how many strands you have on your scalp. Someone can have coarse, thick strands but very few of them. Another woman can have a full head of baby-fine strands, thousands of them, and not be thinning at all. Think of it visually. Imagine 2 bowls of pasta. One bowl is overflowing with tiny angel hair noodles. That's fine but dense hair. The other bowl has just a few thick fettuccine noodles. That's coarse but thin hair. Both bowls hold pasta, but they look entirely different. And this is exactly why so many women get frustrated. They buy volumizing shampoo when they actually need scalp therapy. They slather on rich oils when they actually need air and lightness. Fine hair needs support without weight, products that give grip, texture, and body. Thinning hair needs care at the root, stimulation, blood flow, and internal nourishment. I remember a client named Margaret, 65, a retired teacher from Santa Barbara. She sat in my chair nearly in tears, saying, "My hair's disappearing. I've tried everything." Her hair looked flat, yes, but it wasn't falling out. It was simply overwhelmed. She'd been using thick conditioning masks, heavy serums, and leave-ins every day. Her fine hair was suffocating. We simplified. A lightweight volumizing conditioner, a gentle shampoo, and a soft root spray. Within a week, she wrote, "I feel like my hair can finally breathe again." That's the power of knowledge. Once you understand what your hair truly is, not what you fear it might be, you stop fighting it. You stop punishing it. You start partnering with it. So before you buy another miracle product, pause and ask yourself, is my hair fine or is it thin? Does it need lift or does it need support? That one realization can change everything. Here's a secret most women over 60 never hear, and yet it's one of the easiest visual transformations you can make. The right color can make your hair look twice as thick. I don't mean drastic color changes or high-maintenance salon visits. I'm talking about dimension, a soft interplay of light and shadow that tricks the eye into seeing depth, fullness, and texture. When hair is a single flat shade, even the most beautiful color can look heavy and dull. Light just hits it and slides away. There's nowhere for the eye to rest, nowhere for the light to dance. But when you add subtle variations, highlights, lowlights, soft contrast, magic happens. The hair begins to move. It reflects light differently at every angle, creating the illusion of density and motion. Imagine sunlight on silk versus sunlight on cotton. Silk shimmers, it has depth and life. Your hair can have that same vitality. I once worked with Elaine, 67, who had stunning natural silver hair, but she told me, "It feels like it washes me out. I look tired." Instead of covering her gray, we enhanced it. I added delicate icy strands just a touch lighter than her base and a few smoky lowlights underneath. When we finished, she looked in the mirror and said quietly, "That's me, only brighter." Color isn't about pretending to be younger. It's about revealing what's already there. If you're worried about upkeep, don't be. Techniques like balayage, babylights, and soft lowlight weaving grow out gracefully, without harsh roots. You can refresh them every 4 to 6 months, or simply let them fade naturally. And for women with silver or white hair, don't underestimate tone. A hint of warm beige can soften and illuminate your complexion. A cool platinum hue can look chic and sculpted. Talk to your stylist about what harmonizes best with your skin tone. The goal isn't perfection, it's movement. Light creates depth. Depth creates fullness. So use color not as a mask, but as a mirror, one that reflects your vitality back to you. Now, this one may surprise you, because it has nothing to do with fancy products, expensive treatments, or complicated routines. It's about your hands. Yes, your own hands might be the reason your hair keeps losing volume. We all do it without realizing. You style your hair, step out feeling fabulous, and then, throughout the day, you tuck it behind your ear, push it back, smooth a flyaway, twist a strand when you're thinking. Each of those tiny gestures transfers oil, dirt, and moisture from your fingertips to your roots. And those oils weigh down fine hair faster than any product could. By lunchtime, the volume you created in the morning starts to fall. By evening, your hair feels flat, limp, and slightly greasy, even if you washed it that day. One of my clients, Diane, elegant and always impeccably dressed, couldn't keep her style past noon. I watched her during our session. She touched her hair every minute. I said, "Let's try something radical, don't touch it for a week." She laughed but agreed. A week later, she came back astonished. "Victoria," she said, "my hair stayed fresh for 2 days straight. I can't believe it." Fine hair is delicate like silk. Constantly handling it crushes the structure you worked so hard to create. Here's how to break the habit. After styling, set your hair with a light, flexible hairspray, not stiff, just enough hold to discourage your hands. Keep a small comb or pick in your purse. When you feel the urge to adjust your hair, use the comb instead of your fingers. And when you're at home, try occupying your hands, hold a cup of tea, clasp your fingers, apply a bit of hand cream. Clean hands, clean hair. It sounds almost too simple, but it's transformative. Your blowouts last longer, your volume stays higher, and your hair looks fresher between washes. So change number 3 is all about restraint. Let your hair be. Let it breathe. Let it stay lifted. Even if you've nailed your products and stopped touching your hair, there's one sneaky mistake that still flattens volume for so many women: the way you condition. Conditioner is essential, especially for protecting delicate, mature hair from dryness and breakage. But it has to be used intelligently. Most women apply conditioner from scalp to ends, thinking they're nourishing everything equally. The problem is, your roots don't need that extra moisture. They are the newest, healthiest part of your hair. It's your mid-lengths and ends, the hair that's weathered heat, brushes, sun, and time that need hydration. When conditioner coats your scalp, it creates instant weight. It also leaves a film that blocks volumizing products from working properly. Here's the fix. While in the shower, flip your head forward. Take a small amount of conditioner and apply it only from mid-shaft to ends, combing through gently with your fingers. Then rinse thoroughly while your head is still tilted forward, letting the water carry any residue away from your roots. You'll feel the difference immediately. The crown feels airy, the ends feel silky, and your hair suddenly moves again. For short or medium haircuts, this technique is even more important because it's easy for conditioner to reach the scalp by accident. And if you use leave-in products, the same rule applies. Target the ends, not the roots. This tiny adjustment can completely change the way your hair behaves. Clean roots, soft ends, lasting body. That's what I mean when I say condition smarter. It's not about using more, it's about using wisely. When you start making these small changes, understanding your hair, using color for depth, keeping your hands off, and conditioning the smart way, something beautiful begins to happen. Your hair responds. It lifts, it shines, it moves. But more importantly, you respond. I've watched women walk into my studio wearing frustration like a veil, hats pulled low, shoulders slightly slumped. And I've watched those same women walk out glowing, without a single drastic treatment, simply because they saw themselves differently. It's not about looking younger, it's about looking alive. When your hair feels light and full again, your energy changes. You stand a little taller. You catch your own reflection and think, there I am. And that moment of recognition is what this is all about. Your hair tells your story. Every silver strand, every soft wave, every gentle highlight reflects not just who you are, but everything you've lived through. You don't need to chase youth. You need to honor evolution. So as you step into tomorrow, whether you're meeting friends, traveling, or simply sipping coffee on your porch, remember, your beauty didn't fade. It matured, it refined. It softened into something infinitely more powerful, grace. These changes aren't complicated. They're quiet acts of self-respect. And when you care for your hair in that way, you're really caring for yourself. Let's recap. Change 1, know your hair fine and thin aren't the same. Change 2, add light and depth, use soft color to create fullness. Change 3, hands off, protect your volume by leaving it alone. Bonus, condition only where it's needed. These small changes take almost no time, no extra cost, but they transform how your hair looks and how you feel every single day. Because beauty doesn't disappear with age. It evolves just like you. If this video inspired you, join me here on Chic Over 60 every week, where we talk about style, beauty, and confidence that never go out of fashion. I'm Victoria Lane, reminding you, your next great hair day isn't about perfection, it's about paying attention. Thank you for watching, my friends. Stay graceful, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next video.